Hello, my lovely stars, and welcome back to Stardust Let's Play 1.21.8, Episode 10. In the last episode, we had an amazing adventure together, my lovely stars. We defeated the Ender Dragon, explored the End, found an Elytra, and collected lots of amazing treasures for our future adventures. Now, we're finally back home, and our real Stardust Kingdom journey is about to begin. Before we start today's adventure, I wanted to let you know that I've been feeling a little sick recently, but I'm doing much better now. Thank you so much for all your love, support, and kind messages. They truly mean the world to me. I haven't done too much work off camera, my lovely stars. The biggest thing I've been working on is terraforming our island. As you can see on the mini-map, there is still a lot of work to do, but I wanted to make the area look better before we start building our kingdom. For now, I'm mostly filling in the land so that later we can focus on gathering materials and creating beautiful builds together. And speaking of building, I need your help, my lovely stars. I'm trying to decide where we should build our future farming district. Should we build it on Cherry Blossom Island or near the barn and forest area? If you have any ideas or see a perfect location, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions. And of course, before we continue, here is today's amazing comment from one of our lovely stars. Thank you all so much for your love, support, kind words, and encouragement. Every comment makes me smile, and I'm so grateful to have such an amazing Stardust family. I love every one of you, my lovely stars. Now for today's adventure. Today, we're going to start building the foundation of our future manor high above our kingdom. We're also going to connect our island with a beautiful fantasy bridge. And finally, as I promised in the last episode, we're going to build an Enderman farm and transform it into a magical fantasy-themed structure in the end. So, grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's continue our Stardust Kingdom adventure together. Let's go, my lovely stars. I'll collect the materials for our manor foundation, my lovely stars, and I'll be right back later. And we're back, my lovely stars. After gathering everything we need, it's finally time to begin one of the biggest projects in Stardust Kingdom so far. This is the layout for our future manor. My lovely stars, I've already planned most of the structure, but there are still 2 sections that I haven't designed yet. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts about building, watching an idea slowly come to life block by block. So, let's grab our materials and start working on those missing sections together. I want this manor to feel like the true heart of Stardust Kingdom, a place overlooking our lands, our future village, and all the adventures that are still waiting for us. As we're building, I'm also trying to imagine all the things we'll add in the future. Beautiful towers, cherry blossom gardens, cozy pathways, village houses, magical decorations. There is still a lot of work ahead of us, my lovely stars, but every great kingdom starts with a strong foundation. So let's start building and bring our dream manor to life. For the 4th and 5th sections of our manor, my lovely stars, we're going to add a little more space to the layout. The 5th section will be 7 by 9 blocks, and the 4th section will connect this corner to our second section, helping tie the entire manor together. I know it might look a little simple right now, my lovely stars, but don't worry. Once we start adding walls, towers, roofs, windows, and decorations, this place is going to look absolutely magical. And there we go. Our layout is finally complete, my lovely stars. Now it's time to start building the foundation of our future manor. As we're building, I'll display all the dimensions and measurements on the corner of the screen for you, my lovely stars. That way, if you'd like to build this manor in your own world, you can take a screenshot and save it for later. I hope this layout can inspire some of your own fantasy builds too. This manor is going to become the heart of Stardust Kingdom, the place where we'll return after every adventure, store our treasures, plan our next journeys, and watch our kingdom grow. So, grab your building blocks, my lovely stars, and let's start bringing our dream manor to life, one block at a time. So, my lovely stars, for the first section of our manor, we're going to build a platform that is 27 blocks by 11 blocks. To make things nice and easy, we're also going to raise it 16 blocks above the ground. And as always, my lovely stars, here's a little building tip. Just place 16 blocks in an empty inventory slot and use them as a guide while building. That way, you won't have to keep counting over and over again. Once you've reached the correct height, start filling in the platform. I usually like to begin with the corners first, my lovely stars. That helps me visualize the shape of the build and makes it much easier to fill everything in afterward. So let's get started. And there we go, my lovely stars. The first section is finally complete. It's already starting to feel like a real manor now, and honestly, I'm getting more excited with every block we place. Just imagine how amazing this place is going to look once we start adding walls, towers, windows, roofs, and decorations in future episodes. But we're not done yet, my lovely stars. We still have several sections left to build before our foundation is complete. So let's move on to the second section and continue bringing our dream manor to life. Now, for the second section, my lovely stars. This section will be 12 blocks by 11 blocks, and we're going to build it 10 blocks tall, just like before, my lovely stars. We're going to use the little building trick I showed you earlier. Using blocks in your inventory as a counting guide makes large projects so much easier and helps avoid mistakes while building. Trust me, my lovely stars, it saves a lot of time. Hehehe. So, let's start filling in this section. Don't worry too much about how plain it looks right now, because we'll be adding gradients, textures, and details in future episodes. Speaking of gradients, my lovely stars, if you have any cool block combinations or gradient ideas you'd like to see on the manor, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your suggestions and maybe use some of them in the build. Alright, my lovely stars, let's finish up this section. And now, my lovely stars, it's time for the third section of our manor. This section is going to be 9 blocks by 11 blocks, and we're building it 9 blocks tall. Compared to the first 2 sections, this one is a little smaller, but every part is important, my lovely stars. Sometimes the smaller sections are what make a build feel interesting and give it character. So, let's start filling everything in. As always, take your time, double-check your measurements, and don't worry if you make a mistake along the way. Hehe. Building is all about having fun and learning new techniques. All right, my lovely stars, let's get this section finished. And there we go. The third section is now complete. Honestly, my lovely stars, the manor is already starting to look massive. When we first started placing the foundations, it was hard to imagine how big everything would be. But now the overall shape is becoming much clearer. I can already picture the grand entrance, the towers reaching into the sky, the beautiful windows, and all the fantasy details we'll add later on. There's still plenty of work ahead of us, my lovely stars, but seeing the manor take shape like this makes me even more excited for the future of Stardust Kingdom. So let's keep building and bring our dream manor one step closer to reality. Oh, oops. I'm sorry, my lovely stars. It looks like I made a small mistake while laying out the last 2 sections of the manor. Hehehe. For the 5th section, we actually need a layout that is 9 blocks by 7 blocks. I completely forgot to place that part earlier. And for the 4th section, we need to count 3 blocks away from the 2nd section and connect it all the way to the corner of the 1st section. Honestly, my lovely stars, I didn't notice the mistake until I started finishing the section. That's definitely my fault. But don't worry, my lovely stars. Mistakes happen, especially during large building projects like this one. The good thing is that we caught it before moving on too far, so it's a quick fix. To make things easier for everyone following along, I'll put the complete manor dimensions and layout on the screen now. Feel free to pause the video or take a screenshot if you'd like to save it for later. I think I need a little more Stardust focus today, my lovely stars. All right, now that everything is fixed and our layout is correct, let's finish the remaining sections and finally complete the foundation of our future manor. We're getting closer and closer to turning this dream into reality, my lovely stars. So let's get back to building. And here we go, my lovely stars. With our layout finally fixed, it's time to complete the remaining sections of our future manor. Let's start with the 4th section, my lovely stars. This section will be 14 blocks by 9 blocks, and we're going to build it 8 blocks high. At this point, my lovely stars, the manor is really starting to come together. When we first started placing the outlines, it was difficult to imagine how everything would connect, but now we can finally see the overall shape taking form. So let's start filling in the platform. Remember, my lovely stars, don't rush. Building large projects takes patience, and every block we place brings us one step closer to our dream manor. As I'm building this section, I can already imagine standing on the balcony one day and looking over the entire kingdom. We'll be able to see our village, our future farms, the bridge, and all the adventures we'll create together. That's one of my favorite things about Minecraft. My lovely stars. A build starts as a simple idea, and little by little it becomes something special. And there we go. The 4th section is now complete. Honestly, my lovely stars, the shape is looking even better than I imagined. The manor is starting to feel grand, and I can't wait to see what it looks like once we begin adding walls, towers, and all the fantasy details in future episodes. But we're not done yet. We still have one final section left before our foundation is complete. So let's keep building, my lovely stars. And now for the final section, my lovely stars. This section will be 9 blocks by 7 blocks, and we're going to build it 9 blocks tall. Compared to some of the other sections, this one won't take too long, but it's an important piece that helps complete the overall shape of our manor. So let's get building, my lovely stars. And here we go, my lovely stars. We finally did it. The foundation of our future manor is now complete. Honestly, I think it looks amazing already. What do you think, my lovely stars? When we first started placing blocks, it was hard to imagine how everything would come together. But now we can finally see the size and shape of our future home. And I have to say, this manor is going to be huge. Hehehe. Just imagine it when we add grand towers, beautiful gardens, large windows, detailed roofs, cozy pathways, fantasy decorations. This is only the beginning, my lovely stars. Now that the foundation is complete, it's time to start making it look a little more interesting. Right now, the walls are very plain, so let's add some details and depth. For today's design, I'm going to use tough bricks as one of our main detail blocks. We'll also add some pillars, supports, and lovely fantasy arches to help give the manor a more elegant and magical appearance. One thing I always try to remember when building large structures is that details make a huge difference. Even a simple wall can become beautiful when you add depth, textures, and decorations. So let's grab our tough bricks and start bringing these walls to life, my lovely stars. The real transformation begins now. All right, my lovely stars. Now it's time to start adding some details to our walls. Let's begin by placing a tough brick pillar in the corner. From there, leave 3 blocks of space and place another pillar. Then we're going to repeat that same pattern all around the manor. My lovely stars. Corner pillar, 3 block gap, another pillar, just like this. This is one of my favorite building tricks because it helps break up large flat walls and makes the build feel much more detailed. And here we go, my lovely stars. Now that all our pillars are marked out, let's start building them up. Each pillar will go 6 blocks high, and we're going to make them 2 blocks thick to give the manor a stronger and more elegant appearance. Once the pillars are finished, we're going to connect them together. This is where the build starts looking really magical. Let's link the first pillar to the second one, and then repeat the same design for the rest of the pillars around the manor. Slowly but surely, we're creating the framework for our future walls and arches. And there we go. The pillars are now connected, my lovely stars, but we're not finished yet. Let's add a little more fantasy charm. We'll place 4 stairs around each arch, 2 on each side. These small details might seem simple, but they make a huge difference and help create a much smoother and more elegant shape. And here we go, my lovely stars. Look at that. The manor is already starting to feel more alive. It's amazing how a few pillars, arches, and decorative blocks can completely change the look of a build. This is exactly why I love adding details, my lovely stars. Little by little, block by block, our dream manor is beginning to take shape. And now, my lovely stars, it's time to create the staircase leading to our future manor entrance. Honestly, I love building entrances because they help set the mood for the entire build. A beautiful entrance makes a build feel welcoming and gives visitors their first impression of the manor. For this design, we're going to build a simple but elegant staircase leading up to the front entrance. And I also wanted to share a little building trick with you, my lovely stars. If you're working with a smaller build, you can actually use the space underneath the stairs as a hidden entrance. It's a great way to save space and add a little extra detail to your build. Sometimes the best building tricks are the simple ones. So let's start placing our stairs and create a path worthy of our future manor. As we're building this staircase, I can already imagine future visitors walking up these steps and entering Stardust Manor for the very first time. Maybe one day we'll have beautiful gardens around the entrance. Maybe we'll add lanterns, custom trees, and magical decorations. Or maybe even a grand courtyard. The possibilities are endless, my lovely stars. And there we go. Our entrance staircase is now complete. It's a simple detail, but it makes a huge difference. The manor is starting to feel less like a construction project and more like a real home for our future adventures. Little by little, Stardust Kingdom is coming to life, my lovely stars. And here we go, my lovely stars. Our staircase is finally finished. Honestly, I think it's looking really nice already. Although, I do think I'll change the blocks underneath the stairs later on. Right now they're perfectly fine, but I have a few ideas that might make the entrance look even better. We'll leave that for another building session, my lovely stars. Hee. Now it's finally time to start working on the first floor of our manor entrance. This is where the build starts feeling like a real home, instead of just a foundation. So let me grab some blocks, and let's start filling everything in. You know what, my lovely stars? The more I look at it, the more I think the staircase would look better if we moved it one block further inside. Sometimes that's just how building works. You place something down, take a step back, and suddenly a better idea appears. I think moving it inward will make the entrance feel a little grander and give us more room for future details and decorations. So let me make a few adjustments, my lovely stars, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Honestly, I think that looks much better. The entrance feels more balanced now, and it fits the overall shape of the manor much more naturally. That's one of my favorite things about building in Minecraft, my lovely stars. Don't be afraid to change something if it doesn't feel right. Sometimes a small adjustment can completely transform a build. Now that the entrance is looking much better, let's continue working on the first floor and keep bringing Stardust Manor to life. And here we go, my lovely stars. The first floor is finally complete. Honestly, I think it turned out really nice. At first, I was planning to continue working on the floor design today, but the more I look at the build, the more I think it would be better to leave the detailed flooring for a future building session. We'll probably work on that in the next episode, my lovely stars. I still want to add custom patterns, gradients, and a few extra details to make the floor feel more unique and worthy of Stardust Manor. But even without those details, I think it's already looking amazing. And that's one thing I love about building large projects. You don't have to finish everything at once. Sometimes it's better to focus on the overall shape first and come back later to add the smaller details. Now that our floor is finished, it's time for one of the most important parts of the entire manor, the entrance. After all, every great manor needs a beautiful entrance. This is the first thing visitors will see when they arrive at Stardust Manor, so I want it to feel grand, welcoming, and a little magical. I'm thinking about adding some elegant arches, detailed supports, and maybe a few fantasy-inspired decorations to make it stand out. I want people to walk through these doors and immediately feel like they're entering the heart of Stardust Kingdom. So let's grab our building blocks, my lovely stars, and start creating an entrance worthy of our future manor. The real magic begins now. All right, my lovely stars. Now, let's finish up the entrance details. For this design, we're going to place a pillar in the corner, then leave 5 blocks of space before placing another pillar. Then we'll place one more pillar in the opposite corner. Just follow along, my lovely stars. We're basically using the same design technique that we used on the 4th section of the manor. Repeating design patterns like this helps make the build feel more connected and gives the entire structure a consistent style. Once the pillars are in place, let's create our arches. We'll add 4 stairs to each arch, just like we did before. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And there we go. Look at that, my lovely stars. The entrance is already looking much more elegant. Now for the doorway itself. I'm going to make it 3 blocks tall, and honestly, I think it looks much better this way. The larger doorway makes the manor feel grander and gives us more room for decorations in the future. And here we go, my lovely stars. The entrance is complete. I think we did an amazing job today. We completed the manor foundation, added details to the walls, built the staircase, finished the first floor, and created a beautiful entrance. That's a lot of progress for one day. Of course, the manor is far from finished. We still have towers to build, walls to decorate, roofs to design, and countless fantasy details to add. But we'll continue working on all of that in future episodes, my lovely stars. For now, let's leave the manor here and move on to our second big goal for today's adventure. It's finally time to build our fantasy bridge. This bridge will connect our manor island to the rest of Stardust Kingdom, and I want it to feel magical, elegant, and worthy of the kingdom we're creating together. But before we begin, I need to gather a few more materials. So let me collect everything we need, my lovely stars, and I'll be right back. And we're back, my lovely stars. I finished gathering all the materials we'll need for our fantasy bridge, and I think we're finally ready to begin building. But before we start, there's one small thing I want to take care of first. As you can see, this part of the island goes inward a little too much and creates a shape that feels a bit awkward for the bridge entrance. So before we start building, I'm going to do a little terraforming and fill in some of this area. Nothing too crazy, my lovely stars. I just want to smooth out the landscape and create a better transition between the island and our future bridge. Sometimes spending a little extra time on the terrain can make a huge difference in the final result. A beautiful build always looks even better when it blends naturally into its surroundings. And since this bridge will become one of the main entrances to Stardust Manor, I want the area around it to feel just as magical as the bridge itself. So, let's grab our dirt, start shaping the land, and enjoy a lovely little time-lapse together, my lovely stars. Terraforming time-lapse. By the time we're finished, we'll have the perfect place to begin building our fantasy bridge. And honestly, I can't wait to see how it turns out. So sit back, relax, enjoy the time-lapse, and I'll be right back, my lovely stars. And we're back, my lovely stars. The terraforming turned out really nice, and I think the area looks much better now. Everything feels more natural, and we finally have a good place to start building our fantasy bridge. Before we begin, these are all the materials I collected for today's project. Hopefully we have enough, my lovely stars. But if we run out, I'll simply gather more materials later. Hehe. For this bridge, we're going with a fairly simple pattern, but don't worry. Sometimes simple designs can become the most beautiful builds once all the details are added. I'll put the pattern on the screen for anyone who wants to build along with us. Now, before we start, we need to know the total length of our bridge. Our bridge is 83 blocks long, which means we have a center point right in the middle. That center point will help us keep both sides symmetrical and make the curve look much smoother. For today's bridge pattern, we're going to use 2, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6. This will create a nice gradual curve and give the bridge a fantasy feel without making it too complicated. So let's begin. Start with 2 slabs, then 4 slabs. After that, place 5 slabs 6 times. And finally, finish with 6 slabs at the highest point of the bridge. And there we go. Now let's repeat the exact same pattern on the opposite side. 2, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6. Just like that, my lovely stars. Once both sides are complete, all that's left is filling everything in. So I'll finish filling the bridge and I'll be right back. And here we go, my lovely stars. The main structure of the bridge is finally complete. Honestly, I think it looks amazing already. To give it a little more texture and depth, I also added some spruce logs along both sides. It's a small detail, but it adds so much character to the bridge and helps break up the stone. Now it's time to work on the side coverings and decorative sections. I'll let you enjoy another lovely time lapse while I finish those details. And here we go, my lovely stars. I do need to apologize though. Unfortunately, the replay recording broke while I was building this section. I was really hoping we could build every part together. But don't worry, I'll still show you all the details, measurements, and design choices so you can recreate everything if you'd like. Let me show you the sides of the bridge, my lovely stars. Honestly, I think these details are what really transformed it from a simple pathway into a proper fantasy bridge worthy of Stardust Kingdom. And there we go, my lovely stars. Our fantasy bridge is finally complete. Honestly, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wanted something simple, elegant, and magical, and I think we managed to create exactly that. The curve of the bridge, the spruce details, and the overall shape make it feel like it truly belongs in Stardust Kingdom. But now I need your opinion, my lovely stars. What do you think of the bridge? And more importantly, how would you rate it out of 10? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think and if there's anything you'd add or change in the future. Every suggestion helps make Stardust Kingdom even better. And honestly, I can't wait to see what we'll create together next. But speaking of our next project, it's finally time to move on to our third and final goal for today's adventure, the Enderman farm. I've already prepared most of the materials we'll need for the farm itself. The difficult part is done, my lovely stars. There are just a few extra things left for me to collect. I still need some building blocks for the structure, a little glass, and a few other materials for the decorations and finishing touches. Because you know me, my lovely stars, I can't just build a farm. I have to make it look magical too. And trust me, I have some fun ideas for this one. I don't want it to be just another Enderman farm floating in the void. I want it to become a beautiful part of our end dimension and fit the fantasy style of Stardust Kingdom. So let me gather the last few materials we need, my lovely stars, and I'll be right back. Then we'll head into the end and start our biggest project of the episode. Oh, my lovely stars. I almost forgot something very important. We're going to need a beacon to help us gather all the blocks and materials for today's project. So, before we head to the end, let's craft our very first beacon together. The recipe is actually pretty simple. 5 glass, 1 nether star, 3 obsidian, and there we go, my lovely stars. Our very first beacon is crafted. Honestly, that's a huge milestone for Stardust Kingdom. It feels like we've come such a long way from our first days in this world. Now, all we need are the iron blocks to power it. For a full beacon, we'll need about 2 stacks and 42 iron blocks, but I'm going to grab around 3 stacks just to be safe. Let's go collect them. And while we're here, my lovely stars, let me show you some progress on the iron farm decorations. As you can see, I've finished the roof and added pillars around the walls. Honestly, I'm really happy with how it's starting to look. There is still some work left to do though. I need to finish the floor, complete the walls, and add a few more decorative details before I can call it finished. I also started decorating the collection room. It's not completely finished yet, but I think it's already looking much better than before. I'll keep working on it soon. And now I need your help again, my lovely stars. Would you like to see us finish decorating the iron farm together in a future episode? Or would you prefer if I finish it off camera and focus on bigger projects during the episodes? Let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing your ideas and suggestions. Alright, my lovely stars. Let me grab the remaining blocks we need, activate our beacon, and gather all the missing materials. Then we'll finally have everything ready to begin working on our Enderman farm project. I'll be right back once we've collected the last few supplies. And we're back, my lovely stars. I finished collecting everything we'll need for today's Enderman farm project. These are all the materials we're going to use. Let me just grab my leaves. Oh, I completely forgot to turn these stacks into end stone bricks. That's okay, my lovely stars. We have everything we need, so let's get started. There isn't really a special direction you need to choose when building an Enderman farm. You can build in any direction you want. For this farm, I'm going to head this way. Our goal is to move about 3 stacks of blocks away from the main end island. The farther away we build, the fewer Endermen can spawn on the main island, which means our farm becomes much more efficient. Personally, I prefer using leaves for the bridge and platform. You can also use slabs if you'd like, my lovely stars. Just make sure you place the slabs on the bottom half of the block so Endermen can't spawn or teleport onto them. And here's a little bonus tip. If your obsidian platform spawned away from the main end island, it's often easier to start building from there instead of from the island itself. The important thing is simply getting far enough away from the spawning areas. That's what really improves the farm's efficiency. I can still see a small part of the end island. Let's lower our render distance a little bit. There we go. And here we are, my lovely stars. The final 3 blocks. We officially reached our destination. Now let's start building. Make sure you keep building blocks and slabs in your inventory. We'll need them quite a bit during this project. First, we're going to create a staircase that goes up 7 blocks. And after that, we'll extend it forward using 7 slabs. Remember, my lovely stars, always place the slabs on the lower half whenever possible, so Endermen won't bother us while we're building. Now we're going to build a 7 by 7 square. Starting from the middle, go 3 slabs in each direction. Then simply connect everything together. And there we go. Our first platform is complete. If your only goal is building the farm itself, you can actually continue directly from this level. But for me, you already know me, my lovely stars. I don't just want an Enderman farm. I want a fantasy Enderman farm. That means we'll be adding a custom design around the farm later on. Before we continue, we also need a small platform underneath. Let's build a 9x9 platform below us. This area will give us space for storage, supplies, and a safe place to work while building the farm. And while we're at it, let's make our main platform a little bigger too. Having extra room for materials and future decorations will make everything much easier later on. And there we go, my lovely stars. Our platforms are ready. Our materials are prepared. And now, it's finally time to start building the Enderman farm itself. Let's get to work, my lovely stars. Alright, my lovely stars. Now let's start building the collection and killing area of our Enderman farm. First, grab your tiled deep slate and let's fill in the layout. We're going to create a 3x3 square right here. Just like this, my lovely stars. This area will become the heart of the farm where all the Endermen eventually gather. Now let's move on to the hoppers. Place a hopper in the middle, then connect all the surrounding hoppers directly into that center hopper. This way, all the ender pearls and experience drops will be collected automatically. And there we go. Now let's place 2 deep slate blocks in the corners. After that, put slabs over the hoppers. This is important because it helps create the correct height for the Enderman while keeping everything nice and compact. Next, place slabs on the second blocks we built in the corners earlier. And there we go. This little area is where we'll be standing while farming Endermen. The design keeps us safe while still allowing the Endermen to gather right in front of us. One of my favorite things about this farm design is how simple and effective it is. It doesn't look like much right now, but trust me, my lovely stars. Soon this place will be overflowing with experience and ender pearls. Hehehe. Now let me head back up. For the next step, we're going to place 4 slabs in the corners. Once those are in place, build 3 blocks upward from each corner slab. The reason we're placing slabs first is very important. Endermen can't teleport onto those slab spaces, which helps keep the farm working correctly and prevents unwanted teleporting around the platform. Small details like this make a huge difference in farm efficiency. And there we go, my lovely stars. The structure is starting to come together beautifully. We're one step closer to having our very own fantasy Enderman farm in Stardust Kingdom. Alright, my lovely stars. Before we continue, let's place some carpets around the platform. This might seem like a small detail, but it's actually very important. The carpets help prevent experience orbs from getting stuck in awkward places, making the farm much smoother to use later on. And now it's time to build one of the most important parts of the entire farm, the drop tube. As most of you know, Endermen have a lot of health. If we want them to arrive in our killing chamber with only a tiny amount of health remaining, we need to make them fall from the correct height. For this farm, we're going to build 39 blocks upward. That fall distance is enough to leave the Enderman with just a tiny bit of health, allowing us to defeat them with a single hit and collect all that lovely experience. To make counting easier, I'm going to use glass blocks. And here's another little Stardust building tip, my lovely stars. Instead of counting every block one by one, simply place 39 blocks into an empty inventory slot. Then build until the stack runs out. It's much faster and helps avoid mistakes while building tall structures. Hey. So let's start building upward. One block at a time, higher and higher into the end sky. Honestly, my lovely stars, every time I build one of these giant towers, I get a little nervous looking down. Hey. The end is already scary enough without accidentally falling into the void. But don't worry, we'll be extra careful. And before long, this giant glass tube will become the heart of our Enderman farm. And there we go. The full 39 block tube is now complete, my lovely stars. The hardest part of the structure is finished. And from up here, we have an amazing view of the end. Now it's finally time to continue building the spawning platform and bring our fantasy Enderman farm one step closer to completion. And there we go, my lovely stars. Our drop tube is finally finished. Now it's time to start working on the spawning platform itself. First, we're going to build another layer using deep slate blocks. Just follow along, my lovely stars. We're simply extending the structure like this. And here we go. Now for the spawning platform. Honestly, my lovely stars, I don't want to build the usual small platform that most Enderman farms use. Since we're already creating a fantasy Enderman farm, I want this platform to be much larger and have a more interesting shape. So instead of a square, we're going to build a giant circle. A larger platform means more spawning space for Endermen, which should help improve the farm's efficiency while also giving us more room for future decorations. To start building the circle, we need to measure from the center. From the middle point, go 21 blocks in each direction. And of course, my lovely stars, we're using our favorite building trick again. Hey. Simply place 21 blocks into an empty inventory slot. Then build until the stack runs out. No counting over and over again. No getting lost halfway through. Just easy building. So let's start measuring the platform. 21 blocks this way, 21 blocks that way, and repeat for every side. Slowly but surely, we'll create the outline for our giant spawning platform. Honestly, my lovely stars, this is one of my favorite parts of large projects. At first it looks impossible. Then the outline appears. Then the shape starts making sense. And before you know it, you've built something amazing. So let's keep building and bring our giant Enderman spawning platform to life, my lovely stars. And here we go, my lovely stars. Our platform outline is ready. Now it's time to build the circle layout for our spawning platform. I'll build half of the circle with you, my lovely stars, and then I'll finish the rest afterward. You can start from any side you want. Just follow along with me. One quick thing before we begin. The deep slate blocks I'm using aren't temporary blocks because they'll become part of the final design later on. If you're only interested in building the farm itself, you can use dirt or any cheap block as temporary scaffolding instead. Alright, let's begin. Starting from the side, place 4 blocks, temporary block, 4 blocks, temporary block, 2 blocks, temporary block, 2 blocks, temporary block, 2 blocks. Just like that, my lovely stars. Now, let's repeat the exact same pattern on the opposite side. 4 blocks, temporary block, 4 blocks, temporary block, 2 blocks, temporary block, 2 blocks, temporary block, 2 blocks. Perfect. Now we can start connecting everything together. From here, continue using single blocks until the curve naturally connects with the first side. To make things easier, I'll put the pattern on the screen for you, my lovely stars. Circle pattern. 2 sections of 4 blocks, 3 sections of 2 blocks, 4 sections of 1 block. Then simply mirror the pattern back until you reach the opposite 4 block section. And there we go, already starting to look like a giant circle. Honestly, my lovely stars, circles always look a little strange while you're building them, but trust the process. Once everything is connected and filled in, the shape becomes much clearer. So let me finish the rest of the circle and I'll be right back. When we come back, we'll start filling the platform and finally transform this outline into a massive Enderman spawning platform worthy of Stardust Kingdom. And here we go, my lovely stars. The circle is finally complete. And honestly, I think it looks amazing. When we first started laying out the pattern, it looked a little strange. But now that the entire outline is finished, you can really see the shape coming together. And wow, this platform is huge, hehehe, which is exactly what we want. A larger spawning platform means more room for Endermen to spawn, and more Endermen means more experience and more Ender Pearls for us. Now it's finally time for the less exciting part, filling everything in. As I mentioned before, my lovely stars, the deep slate blocks aren't temporary. They're actually part of the final design for our fantasy Enderman farm. That's why I'm using them instead of dirt or other cheap blocks. Everything we're building right now will eventually become part of the temple and decoration we'll add later. And honestly, I think the darker deep slate looks perfect in the end. It gives the build a mysterious and ancient feeling, almost like a forgotten structure hidden in the void. So let's start filling in the platform. This might take a little while, my lovely stars. We've got a lot of blocks to place, but once it's finished, we'll finally have the foundation for our giant spawning area. And that's when things start getting really exciting. So let me finish filling the platform, my lovely stars, and I'll be right back. When we come back, we'll finally start building the spawning system itself and bring our Enderman farm one step closer to completion. And here we go, my lovely stars. The final block is in place. Our giant spawning platform is officially complete. Honestly, I didn't realize how big this platform was until I finished filling it in. And as you can probably see, the Endermen are already spawning everywhere. Hey. I think I need to be a little more careful now. After what happened during the Ender Dragon fight in the last episode, I definitely don't want another surprise trip into the void. So let's move on to the next step. It's finally time to bring in the most important worker of the entire farm, a tiny Endermite. For anyone who doesn't know, Endermen absolutely hate Endermites. Once we place one in the correct location, all the Endermen will try to reach it and fall directly into our killing chamber. which means lots of experience and lots of ender pearls for us. Now let me grab the materials we need. Iron bars, rails, a minecart, a name tag, and a few extra blocks. Everything is ready. Now from the center of the platform, we're going to build upward 3 blocks. After that, let's place our iron bars. I'm also building this section using deep slate, so it's easier to see and keep track of while we're working. Next, we'll create a small holding area where our future Endermite can live safely. Just like this, my lovely stars. Now I need to be extra careful. I only brought 1 name tag with me. If something goes wrong, we might have to make another trip back home. Let's place a boat here as well. That way I can quickly reach the platform if the Endermite spawns and make sure it doesn't escape. Because trust me, for something so tiny, these little creatures can cause a lot of trouble. And you know what? I think I'll name it Little Endermite. It's tiny, it's adorable, and it's about to become the most important employee in Stardust Kingdom. Alright, my lovely stars, the setup is ready. The name tag is ready. And now comes the fun part. It's finally time to start throwing ender pearls and see if we can spawn our little Endermite. Honestly, I really hope we're lucky today. Let's try it, my lovely stars. Here we go. Welcome, little one. Honestly, my lovely stars, I really thought it wasn't going to spawn, especially after all those ender pearls. But somehow, our little hero finally arrived. Let's give our tiny friend a name, my lovely stars. After all, it's about to become the most important resident of this entire farm. And there we go. Welcome to Stardust Kingdom, little Endermite. Now let's carefully place it inside the minecart. Just a little bit closer. And perfect! Now we simply need to remove the temporary blocks around it. But be very careful, my lovely stars. Don't hit the minecart by accident. And definitely don't push our little worker into the void. Alright, everything is finally in place. The drop chamber is finished. The spawning platform is finished. Little Endermite is secured. And our Enderman farm is officially complete. The last thing you need to do is place 8 trapdoors around the center. This works because mobs treat trapdoors like full blocks. The Enderman will think they can walk across them, become angry at our Endermite, and fall directly into the killing chamber below. Simple, effective, and honestly, kind of funny. Let's test the farm, my lovely stars. And look at that. The Endermen are falling perfectly. The experience is flowing. The Ender pearls are collecting. And the farm is working beautifully. Honestly, I couldn't be happier with how this turned out. Not only is it efficient, but it also gives us the perfect foundation for the fantasy build we're about to create. And if you're still watching all the way to this point, my lovely stars, thank you so much. Your support, comments, and kindness mean more to me than you know. Every adventure, every build, and every episode is more fun because you're here sharing it with me. But we're not finished yet, because you already know me, my lovely stars. I couldn't leave this as just an Enderman farm. It's time to transform this place into something magical, something ancient, something worthy of the end itself. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this lovely time-lapse as we build our ancient elven temple in the heart of the end. Enjoy the time-lapse, my lovely stars. My lovely stars, I need to apologize. Unfortunately, the first part of the time-lapse didn't record. I honestly thought replay was running the entire time, but when I checked afterward, I realized it wasn't recording at all. I was really hoping to show you the full building process, because I know a lot of you enjoy watching the time lapses and seeing how everything comes together. But sadly, sometimes technology has other plans. I'm really sorry, my lovely stars. I hope you'll forgive me. Even though I couldn't show the full process, I still want to show you what I built. And honestly, I'm really happy with how it turned out. As you can see, I finished decorating the killing chamber and transformed it into a lovely ancient elven dome. I wanted this area to feel magical and elegant instead of looking like a normal farm. The curved shape, the pillars, and the fantasy details make it feel like an ancient structure hidden deep within the end, almost like a forgotten temple built by the ancient elves long before we arrived here. And honestly, my lovely stars, I think it turned out even better than I imagined. What do you think? Do you like the design so far? Let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. But don't worry, the adventure isn't over yet, because what you've seen so far is only the beginning. The dome is finished. The farm is finished. But now it's finally time for the biggest transformation of all. Get ready, my lovely stars, because in the next time-lapse, we're going to build a magnificent, ancient elven temple resting upon a floating island in the heart of the end. And trust me, this might be my favorite build we've ever created in Stardust Kingdom. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and let's continue our magical adventure together, my lovely stars. And here we go, my lovely stars. Our ancient elven temple is finally here. Honestly, I absolutely love how it turned out. Just look at it, my lovely stars, floating high above the end, standing proudly above our Enderman farm. It already feels like an ancient structure lost to time. Of course, it's not completely finished yet. There are still plenty of details I want to add. I'm planning to build more arches around the temple, add decorative pillars, and maybe even a few elegant towers to make the entire structure feel even grander. I also want to improve the floating island itself and add more details around the edges so it feels more natural and magical. But we'll save all of that for future episodes, my lovely stars. For now, this is where we'll stop with the temple. And honestly, I'm really proud of what we created today. But now I need your opinion, my lovely stars. How would you rate the ancient elven temple so far? Out of 10? I'm really curious to hear what you think. And if you have any ideas for towers, decorations, arches, or magical details, make sure to let me know down in the comments. Your ideas always inspire future projects in Stardust Kingdom. Now, it's finally time to move on to the last goal of today's adventure, improving our gear. Because while our armor is already pretty good, I want to make it even stronger for all the adventures waiting for us in the future. We've got more exploring to do, more bosses to fight, more magical builds to create, and probably a few dangerous situations waiting for us too. So let's head back home, prepare our enchanting area, gather our books, and start improving our equipment together, my lovely stars. Let's see if Lady Luck is on our side today. And we're back, my lovely stars. After all the building, terraforming, decorating, and adventuring we've done today, it's finally time to improve our gear. Honestly, my lovely stars, our armor is already pretty good, but I want to make it even stronger before our future adventures. Because you never know what challenges are waiting for us next in Stardust Kingdom. So I crafted a fresh set of armor and gathered all the books and materials we'll need. Our plan is simple. We'll enchant the new pieces and then combine everything together later using the anvil. Hopefully, we'll get some amazing enchantments and save ourselves a lot of levels in the process. Hehehe. Now comes the most important part. Let's see if Lady Luck decides to bless us today. Place your bets, my lovely stars. Will we get amazing enchantments? Or will the enchanting table give us complete nonsense? Hehehe. Let's find out. Enchanting montage. And here we go. First piece. What are we getting today? That's actually not bad. Maybe Lady Luck is on our side after all. Let's keep going, my lovely stars. Every good enchantment means one step closer to creating the perfect armor set. And honestly, one of my favorite things in Minecraft is slowly building that perfect gear set. You start with simple armor, then enchantments, then upgrades, and before you know it, you're ready for almost anything the game can throw at you. So let's keep enchanting and see what treasures the enchanting table has prepared for us today, my lovely stars. Maybe by the end of this episode, we'll have some truly legendary gear worthy of Stardust Kingdom. Here we go, my lovely stars. Our brand new armor set is ready. We managed to get protection, unbreaking, and thorns on every piece, which is honestly a fantastic start. For a normal survival world, this armor would already be more than enough to keep us safe during most adventures. But you already know me, my lovely stars. Hehehe. We're not stopping here. Not yet. Our goal is to create an even stronger set of armor in the future. I want the best gear possible for all the adventures waiting for us ahead. And honestly, I also want backup equipment. A full backup set of armor, backup tools, maybe even 2 or 3 complete sets in both diamond and netherite. Because you never know what might happen during an adventure. One mistake, one unexpected fall, one dangerous battle, and suddenly you're very happy you prepared ahead of time. Hehehe. So while our gear isn't perfect yet, we're definitely moving in the right direction. And that's what matters most. Today has been such an amazing adventure, my lovely stars. We built the foundation of our manor. We created a beautiful fantasy bridge. We crafted our first beacon. We built an Enderman farm. We transformed it into an ancient Elven temple, and we improved our equipment for future adventures. That's a lot of progress for a single episode, and honestly, I'm really proud of everything we accomplished together today. But Stardust Kingdom is still only beginning. There are still countless adventures waiting for us. More kingdoms to build, more magical structures to create, more secrets to discover, and many more memories to make together. Thank you so much for joining me on today's adventure, my lovely stars. Your support, comments, and kindness mean the world to me. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and share your thoughts down in the comments. I always love reading them. Now let's head back to the village and take one final look at everything we accomplished today. And while we do that, I'll leave you with one final lovely time lapse of our ancient elven temple. Enjoy, my lovely stars, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Bye bye, my lovely stars.